I had an order to fill. Under my recommended purchasing was this. So I figured it's been like, what, 10 years since I last bought a booster pack, why not do it? Let's see. 9 cards in every pack. In time set includes 50 common cards, 26 super rares, 14 ultra rares, and 10 secret rare cards. Alright, let's open up and see what we get. Let's do it this way. Alright. Chaos Phantasm. Target one of your banished light tuners and one of your banished level 8 or lower dark known tuners. Return both of them to the graveyard. Then special summon one light or dark synchro monster from your extra deck whose levels equal the total levels of those returned monsters. So a pseudo synchro summon. Fierce Tiger Monghu. All other monsters in the field lose 500 attack. Once per turn during your main phase, you can destroy all monsters in the field with less attack than this card. Okay, that's a pretty cool 4-star card. Evil Eyes Unleashed. Send one Evil Eyes monster and one Evil Eyes spell and trap from your deck to the graveyard. Add one Evil Eyes equip spell from your deck to your hand. But for the rest of this turn, each time you activate a non-Evil Eye card or effect, you lose 500 life points. If you link summon Evil Eye Link monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, equip one Evil Eye equip spell from your graveyard to an Evil Eye Link monster you control. Don't really care, I have no Evil Eyes cards, that's useless to me. Practically garbage. Cassie Mola. That is a lot of text. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It gains attack equal to its original attack. Also, during the end phase of the next turn, destroy a face-up monster. That's pretty cool. Of the next turn. Oh, okay. And if you do, your opponent takes damage equal to half of its original attack. At the start of your opponent's battle phase, you can tribute this normal summon set card. Your opponent's monsters cannot attack directly for the rest of the turn. Oh, that's a pretty cool card, actually. What is this? Gold rare? No, it's not gold rare. I'm not sure what kind of rare. Ultra rare. Anyway, Gold Pride. Pretty useless card because I have no Gold Pride monsters right now. But anyway, reveal one Gold Pride monster in your hand. Add on Gold Pride monster with different name from your deck to your hand. Then apply the following effects. Special summon one Gold Pride monster from your hand, but you lose life points equal to the original attack. And you can only activate one Gold Pride. The crowd goes wild per turn. Pretty cool looking card, but useless right now. Sour Scheduling. Red Vinegar Vamoose. Activate this card only if your opponent controls a card in the set cards column. Return all other cards in this card's column to the hand. Neither player can use the unused zones in this card's column. So you can't use your opponent. So your column's taken. So you can't use row 0 column N and row 1 column N, where N refers to the column that this card is placed in. So it locks out 2 cells essentially. Minai Ruku. When a water monster's effect is activated, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can banish from face of fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster you control. Then target on face of card on the field, negate its effect until the end of your opponent's turn. And you can only have one effect of those per turn. Exceed a Lion. Declare a level from 1 to 12, then target 2 face-up monsters on the field, including one monster you control. So you can choose 2, you always have to choose one of your own. They become the declared level until the end of this turn. Also, for the rest of this turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon an extra deck except monsters of the same type as a targeted monster. Oh, okay, so it essentially locks you into the extra deck with only the same type as a targeted monster. Okay, that'll work well in, say, a Blue Eyes deck. And finally, Kashtira's Big Bang. If a Kashtira exceeds monsters on the field and a player controls 2 or more monsters, they must banish monsters they control face down. 2 unfortunate incidents. The first incident is I did not notice that the camera stopped recording, and the second unfortunate incident is I ordered dog food. And while that may not seem an unfortunate event, unfortunately, I should stop saying unfortunate so much. Unfortunately, I also ordered a few extra packs of Hypernova booster. Are they booster sets? Booster packs, I guess. I ordered 3. And again, I forgot to record them. That's fine. I do have all the cards here, so we can just go through the rest now. Starting off with, this is a card we've already seen, so Sour Scheduling, Red Vinegar Vermouth, I'm not going to reread that. Excesaline, again, I'm not going to reread this. But then we have a new card, which is Vala, and let me try to get this right, Vala, Satyr of the Generated Bosses. I don't really care much about the effect. We have the Minai Ruka, don't care. Kashtira Big Bang, again I do not care. A Fierce Tiger Monghu, we already went over this, so no need to go over it again. Casimola, no need to go over this again. Here is a new card, Numeron Creation. This card is always treated as a Galaxy Eyes card. If 3 or more light dragons with 3k or more original attack are on the field, you can special summon one number Dragon Exceeds monster from your extra deck. Then attach this card on the field to it as material. Now here's the thing, I do not have any Galaxy Eyes dragons in my main deck, but I do have Blue Eyes. And quite a few of the Blue Eyes cards are at a minimum of 3k attack, which is great because they are light dragons. So this is quite a decent card. We then have Sari of the Silverwing Axe, a machine card with the quick effect of you can target one face-up monster on the field. You equip this card to that card from your field or hand. That card will then gain 100 attack and defense, which seems pretty lousy, but I guess it would be an archetype specific effect. And then we have 2 of these actually, which I pulled yesterday. I also pulled 2 more Fierce Tiger Monghus for a total of 3 of these beasts. A pendulum card called Abyss Actor Liberty Dramatist. When a monster declares an attack, you can discard 1 card and special summon this card to your opponent's field. We then have Kashtira Overlap, which again I'm not too concerned about. Actually, let's go back to that card now that I notice it. Target one monster on the field, banish one monster with 1500 attack or 2100 defense from your hand, your graveyard, or face up on either field. And if you do, the targeted monster gains 1500 attack. If this card is banished and you control a Kashtira monster, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls and negates its effects. Seems meh. Then we have the Focused Aqua Mirror, again I do not care. We have 2 Chaos Phantasms, already explained these, I'm not going to do it again. A Link 2, Abyss Actor Super Producer, I do not care. A Tenchi Kaime, it's an ninjutsu art card, I do not care. Another Kashtira Overlap, I do not care. A Gishki Grimness. If you ritual summon exactly 1 ritual monster with a card effect that requires use of monsters, then you can use this card as the entire tribute, which means if it's an 8-star water ritual monster, you don't need to accommodate a number of cards to sum up to 8, you just use this card in its entirety. And then it does have more effects. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon one Gishki monster from your deck except this card. And then during that turn, you can only declare attacks with ritual monsters. A Manticore Smashing, which is an upgrade from the older Manticore card. It just allows you to add a Fissure or Smashing Ground from your deck to your hand. And then if this card is in the graveyard, you can banish 1 Fissure or 1 Smashing Ground from your hand or graveyard to special summon this card. We then have Galaxy 100. Galaxy 100 says when this card is activated, you can send 1 Photon or Galaxy card from your deck to the graveyard. Also, if a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon is special summoned to your field except during the damage step, you can look at your opponent's extra deck and apply one of these effects. Banish a monster from the extra deck, special summon 1 number monster from it to your field. Pretty good card to have, I would say, in a Galaxy deck where you actually have these cards. And finally, Evil Eyes Unleashed, which I went over and I do not care about going over it again. But we still have quite a few cards to go through. Starting off with Gold Pride, the crowd goes wild. Pretty neat looking artwork, we already went over it so I'm not going to. But then we have, and I believe this is an ultra rare, Tri-Brigade Arms Beastophilis II. 3 Beast, Beast Warrior and a Wing Beast monsters. It cannot be special summoned from the extra deck unless you have 3 or more Tri-Brigade spell or traps in your graveyard. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when you special summon a monster or monsters. When a monster declares an attack, you can banish this card and then banish all cards your opponent controls, and that's a pretty cool effect. We then have an upgrade to the old Mirage Dragon, a Chaos Mirage Dragon. I think this is ultra rare as well. Pretty cool looking artwork. So you can target, and this is important, you can target or banish light or dark monsters. This does not specify your banished light or dark monsters. You can then special summon it to your field but negates effects. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters on the extra deck except light or dark synchro monsters. And then if this card is sent from the graveyard to the graveyard as synchro material, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of other monsters used for the synchro summon, and you banish them. We have Intimidating or Summonite. This is pretty cool. So target 3 monsters in your graveyard, you choose one of the 3, then your opponent chooses one of the following effects. Special summon the card you chose or special summon the other 2. And I can't believe this card is a common, and I also can't believe I didn't pull more of it. Alright. You can target 1 light or dark monster in either graveyard, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. This is a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster. If your opponent special summons a ritual, fusion, synchro, or exceeds and or link monsters, except during the damage step, you can tribute one other light or dark monster, then target one of the special summon monsters and banish it. Basically allows you to do a banish if your opponent summons from the extra deck and you have the necessary materials on your field at the time. Pretty cool looking card. Great effect for a common. Then we have 2 copies of Geo the Gravity Ninja. And this guy's effect is, if he is normal, special summoned, or flipped face up, basically this card is summoned, you can target up to face up monsters on the field, change them to face down defense position, and these monsters cannot change their battle position. Also, if a monster on the field is flipped face up while this monster is face up on the field, except during the damage step, you can target 1 card your opponent controls to destroy it. That's a level 8 card, which is great for a Blue Eyes deck. We then have a couple of aces, which basically allows you to draw cards at the cost of 1 summoning this card, and you summon it by tossing a coin. If it's heads, you special summon it to your field, but if it's tails, you special summon it to your opponent's field, but regardless, you can draw 2 cards. We then have 2 copies of the Mental Tuner, and then we have a Scareclaw Kashtira, cool looking card, and finally, a magnificent pull. A Galaxy Eyes Photon. Let me try to get this in the light. There we go. A Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. I'm not sure what kind of rarity this is, but it's a pretty cool looking card. Alright. And that is all.